Hello everyone, here we are with another episode of Zoho CRM on air. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, we've linked the entire playlist to this video. Please do check it out. And today we have Nabil here with us, who is a Zoho CRM onboarding expert. He's here to discuss one of the most important aspects of a CRM system, which is automation. Thank you for joining us, Nabil.
Happy to be here, Shakti.
So, Nabil, one of the major requirements, businesses have from utilizing a CRM system is the capability to cut down on manual tasks and enable automation, basically scalable automation. While the number of features within Zoho CRM that enable that kind of automation are probably a lot, can we take one of the most commonly implemented features and start with that? Which would you start with?
Certainly, Shakti. CRM users count on their CRM system's capabilities of customization and automation. That's what they literally pay for. While the possibilities in Zoho CRM is, like you said, close to infinite, let's talk about one particular topic today called workflow rules.
Okay.
Businesses thrive on how well their day-to-day activities are conducted in an efficient manner.
Right.
While it might not seem like a lot if one email is not sent or if one call is not made, these small things actually make a huge difference.
You're right.
Workflow rules in Zoho CRM can actually help the CRM users automate a set of actions based on a certain condition.
Okay.
Say if there is a field or two in your CRM record which you have to update every time you contact a lead, you can create a workflow rule for that in Zoho CRM for the leads module, which can help you automate this.
Okay.
Say now whenever you establish contact with a lead, the workflow rule can automatically update these fields for you.
Okay.
So this is just a gist of what a workflow rule can do.
That's pretty interesting, Nabil. Can you tell us how we can go about configuring these workflow rules and what are the actions that can be automated?
Definitely. So to put it in simple terms, we can break down workflow rules into 3 sections:
Okay.
trigger, condition, and action.
Okay.
So looking at triggers, there are different ways you can trigger a workflow rule in Zoho CRM. The most commonly used ones are record creation, which is, let's say, if a lead is created or if it's edited or even deleted.
Okay.
So this can act as a trigger for the workflow. Not just this, but I hope you know there's a feature in Zoho CRM called lead scoring, where you can assign scores to leads depending on how close they are to buying from you.
Okay.
This can depend on various conditions. A workflow rule can be triggered also based on these scores of those records. And you can also trigger a workflow rule based on a certain date and time field that you have in that record. Once you've determined the trigger, you can now move on to the condition. So this workflow rule can be executed either for all the records in the module that you've selected or for specific records alone that match a certain condition.
Okay.
Say if you want this workflow to only be executed for leads that come from a certain city.
Okay.
So this can be the condition. You can also add multiple conditions if you want, not just one. And once you've gone past the conditions, the final part of the workflow would be the actions.
Okay.
There are different actions that you can configure within a workflow rule. The most commonly used ones again are, I would say, sending out an email to the customer. Say once you've contacted the customer, you would want an automated email to go out to them. And as we discussed earlier, there's also a possibility of updating a field against that same lead in the CRM. There are also other options available. So you'll be able to assign tags to records for categorization purposes if you have a process in your business that requires it. And there's also a possibility of automating your activities. So as a sales person, I might have the necessity to assign tasks against my name for follow-up purposes. I might have to set up a call for the customer, or even a meeting has to be scheduled. So a workflow rule can also help you automate these activities. It can help you create these activities automatically against the customer record based on the conditions.
It's nice.
And there's also a possibility of creating a whole new record in the module of your choice automatically based on a condition. There's also a possibility for leads specifically where you can convert a lead to a contact on a certain condition. Say once you've qualified the lead, you would update a few fields and then the lead gets converted to a contact.
Right.
So now a workflow rule can also help you create that automation that can just push the lead from the leads module to the contacts based when the condition is matched. And if all this is not enough, you also have the possibility of associating custom functions and webhooks against a workflow rule that can even help you call third-party APIs.
Oh, that's amazing. Actually, that was pretty detailed. Now, since you work with customers on a day-to-day basis, can you tell us like what kind of businesses make use of these workflow rules, and also can you give us an inside look on what kind of requirements you get?
Definitely. So there's no one type of business who would utilize workflow rules. Our team collectively works with businesses from various industries, even ones that are not often discussed.
Correct.
But most of these companies have a requirement to simplify their business process. One such business that we recently worked with is Woodgrow Horticulture. So they are a family-owned business who's based in the village of Findon in the southern Derbyshire area of the UK. So they work with multiple schools, businesses, gardeners to be their perfect horticulture partner.
Okay.
They sell products such as timber, topsoil, turf, etc. But they also provide services such as planting trees, weed control, landscaping, and so on.
Okay.
Woodgrow's primary objective with regards to the automation was to make sure that the CRM allows them to easily categorize their customer records, and it also has the capability of notifying them on time about old customers who require a follow-up if there is a business opportunity there. Before Zoho CRM, they were using a spreadsheet where they were entering the data manually, and then a section within the spreadsheet was created to capture data from various cells across different spreadsheets, which gives their sales team certain metrics, which they were then using for follow-up purposes. They now wanted a similar setup to this inside Zoho CRM now that they create and maintain the customer data and their sales orders within Zoho CRM.
Okay, that's a pretty unique use case. Can I ask you, like, what solution did we offer them? How did they solve this using workflow rules?
Of course, Shakti. So we started off by creating a custom section for them within the accounts module, where we had a number of fields that replicated and even improved on what they had in their spreadsheet.
Okay.
We had some important information there, like the number of sales orders that have come from that customer, how long has it been since they last ordered, what is their average order time. So all this information was added within that section. So for example, there's a field within that section called count of sales orders, which is created by actually a relatively new feature in Zoho CRM called roll-up summary, which automatically calculates how many orders has come in from this customer and displays a number on that field.
Oh.
So at any time, they know how many orders has come in from a certain customer. There are also other fields in that section for which we had written and implemented a custom function, which, as we discussed, can be associated against a workflow rule, which automatically calculates important information like when did they last order, how long has it been since they last ordered, the average time, and all these information.
Okay.
Using this data, custom function also updates an account status field, which tells them if it's an active account or if it's dormant or even lapsed. Using this information, there's another workflow rule created, which can create an automated task for their sales team to follow up with the dormant accounts so that they can see if there's a business opportunity with old customers.
That was pretty insightful, Nabil. We don't actually get to know how businesses are utilizing these features in real time. So thank you for sharing that insight with us.
The pleasure is all mine.
And to all our viewers, thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for more such episodes of Zoho CRM On Air.